DJ Premier, one of the most iconic beatmakers in the hip-hop scene and one of the creators of the New York boom bap sound, making beats for some of the biggest rappers in the industry. But things haven't always worked out for him the way he planned. A lot of his beats got rejected and often ended up being passed around before eventually being used and becoming amazing tracks.
Can't believe it.
She can't believe it. Well, neither could Primo when Jay-Z turned down the beat he made with that sample. It even still had Jay-Z's vocals scratched in on the hook when MC Lyte agreed to use it. Wait, rewind that. Is that a cup of coffee Jay-Z has on his mic stand? It is. That's crazy. Now Jay-Z has turned down a few Primo beats, and not always because he didn't like them. Have a listen to the man himself explaining why he knocked back a beat in 2010.
Because what happens with Primo is he's always at the end of the album. He always comes around at the end of the album. It's always too late. And it's always like, a week later I hear something that I possibly could like. I never get enough time during the beginning of the process. The last time I saw him, he was like, okay, I'm going to get here early. And he called. To his credit, he called a couple days ago.
And this is the beat he was talking about.
Let's go. Every society honors its live conformists and dead troublemakers. I'm the son of Satan, sculpted the culture of the ancients.
Recognize this sample? How about now? Now this beat wasn't actually turned down, it was a case of turning up late to a meeting.
This song originally was for a Capone and Noriega. We were waiting for them to get there, but Royce got there before CNN. Where they in there? Another room was like, no, they're not here yet. Royce convinced me to have him use this track. And when I thought about it, I was like, well, they're both gonna get bangers.
Boom by Royce da 5'9" is a great track, and I even found where Primo took the ticking clock sample from. If you're liking any of my beats that are playing in the background, there's a link in description to download them from Bandcamp. This next beat was turned down by Busta Rhymes, and it's an absolutely fire beat too, so I don't know why he would have rejected it. Great beat there from First Division, who are a Canadian hip-hop duo who you may know from featuring on the Marco Polo compilation album Newport Authority 2 along with Large Professor back in 2013. Up next is another beat that Jay-Z rejected. Well, when you hear what beat it is, then I think it does make him crazy. Here's one of the samples that Primo used for it. Considering it's a record with music aimed at kids, it has one of the creepiest album covers ever. That's gonna give people a few nightmares, I'm sure.
R-A-S, K-A-double-S, eject the airbag, wreck a nigga bubble West class. What's coming next, let's smash.
Such a great track that never got an official release. It was released in 2001 on an unofficial bootleg album called Van Gogh that never ended up dropping. It also came out as a promo 12-inch in 2002. A real shame, as to me that's his best track, and a real good sample flip by Primo, turning that nice original sound into a really hard-hitting beat. He also did a few beats for Kanye in 2010, intended for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album, that he initially accepted and then kept changing his mind and decided not to use them in the end. This is one of them. The name JJ Beat is down to the sample being from a Jermaine Jackson song. The beat's never been released on any of his Beats That Collected Dust compilations or been used by anyone else. It was apparently passed to Bun B to use, but he turned it down as well, probably too busy making burgers.
This is a tasty burger.
Here's another beat that Kanye rejected that ended up on the Collection album with Bumpy Knuckles, aka Freddie Fox.
That's right. Used to be money in the hood, then crabs started having babies.
A lot of the work Primo did with Bumpy Knuckles was using recycled beats that had been intended for others, like this one that was yet another turned down by Jay-Z.
How come so many people wanna hear me in the brain? Cause that's that boom bap killer supreme.
And this one rejected by Immortal Technique. Or even this one originally intended for Jadakiss.
What you knocking in your tape deck? That's my property. Unknown forces think they stopping me.
And this beat that was rejected by Charlie Baltimore. A few really nice beats there, and I'm glad they didn't all go to waste. There's a track from a female rapper that came out in 2013 that was actually a beat made for Ludacris that he turned down for his IDGAF mixtape. The track in question is King Shit by Rhapsody.
In the presence of kingship, washed all my demons in the dark with a fiend's trip.
Rhapsody hails from North Carolina and is one of the proteges of Ninth Wonder. She's signed to his Jamla Records label and he's produced a lot of her music for her. She even did a freestyle over one of his beats he made for Rhythm Roulette.
Carolina, it's been a while since we took losses. Ask Curry and Cam to them niggas, I'm a goddess. Doubt you my nigga, they gotta throw you all the Grammys.
This next track was originally intended for Saigon for his 2011 album, The Greatest Story Never Told. It was then passed to Rex, who did an amazing job with it.
Accolades, escalates, fade. My vernacular remain intact for the generation that's coming after that.
Another great track from Rex with Primo on the production is Say Goodnight from 2008. Not a rejected beat, but a really great track.
Rock-a-bye, pop, rapper to sleep. Heavenly conscious, melodies monstrous. Odds one hell of an artist.
Nas, someone else who Primo's worked with a lot over the years, starting from his debut album in 1994. Well, Nas turned down another amazing beat that I'm really glad was passed to one of the best MCs to ever live, Rakim.
Yeah, it's the God, Rob Kim.
There's more beats that Primo has made that ended up being turned down and passed on to other rappers to use, and I'm also certain he has a vast amount of unused beats in his collection that will hopefully see the light of day at some time in the future. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Drop a like and comment to let me know your thoughts, and subscribe to see more. As always, thanks for watching.